Hey everybody, welcome back to Afro Media. I know y'all been following all the news surrounding Deion Sanders, Jackson State, and the University of Colorado. So today we gonna get into this. I titled this video, God Did, the Deion Sanders story from HBCUs to PWIs. Listen, I ain't never been in the way of a black man trying to get his money. Get your money, my guy. But Deion, Coach Prime Time, it's not what he did, it's how he did it. So a few days ago, Coach Sanders said, hey, I'm too big. I done got too big for Jackson University and their football program. I'm taking my talents to Boulder, Colorado. Yes, I'm leaving Jackson, Mississippi, which is 85% black and also has no clean water. And I'm taking my talents to the University of Colorado, where the population is 1.2% is black. But hey, do what you gotta do. So this story goes back. This story goes back to after George Floyd's death. A lot of people got paid off George Floyd's death. It is what it is. So about 3 months after the George Floyd incident, Coach Prime said he had a calling. And this is what he had to say in the interview.
Why are you here? I truly believe with all my heart and soul that God called me collect. And I had to accept the charges.
You accepted the charges.
I had to accept the charges. But understanding when you accept those type of charges is going to cost you something.
What's it cost you?
A lot of sleep. But I can't say I don't love it. I love every darn minute of it.
Jackson State was able to acquire Deion Sanders for only $300,000 as their head football coach. And they got more than what they bargained for. They didn't just get Deion Sanders, they got Coach Prime. And Prime was able to leverage his celebrity and bring the cavalry with him. If you didn't know it, you would have thought Jackson State just acquired some type of hip hop label. Deion had celebrities coming down to Jackson State left and right. And I'm not just talking about celebrities coming to watch the game. Coach Prime and Jackson State gave these celebrities the red carpet treatment. It was Southern hospitality for show. And Jackson State just didn't get busy off the field. They got busy on the field as well. In Coach Prime's first year, because of a lockout condensed season, Jackson State goes 4-3. By Coach Prime's second season, he has both sons down there, Shiloh Sanders and Shador Sanders. They go 11-2 in the first season, winning the SWAC title, and this year they went undefeated. After season 2, with the NIL deal intact, Coach Prime was able to turn the heat up. Jackson State was able to land the #1 high school player in the country. Travis Hunter said he's taking his talents to Jackson State because of Coach Prime. 60 Minutes interviewed Deion, and boy, was they talking that talk. You should have heard the coaches in the SEC. They knew that this trend was to catch fire. It was just a matter of time before their monopoly was
What
over.
changed your mind?
Coach Prime, he just let me know how big of an impact I can have on the people, and that's one of the things I want to do. I wanted to shine a light on our people and shine a light on HBCUs.
Our people, you mean?
Yeah, African Americans.
What he was going to do was normal. That's been done. Big time recruit going to a big time school. But a big time recruit chooses to go to Jackson State. Oh, that changes the trajectory of so many other kids. Now they're saying, if it's good enough for Travis to go there and play, it may be good enough for me.
Walmart built Jackson State a new practice facility. Pepsi, American Airlines, Procter & Gamble are all new sponsors for Jackson State or the SWAC. Deion even changed the sideline where Jackson State plays.
Hey, Coach Prime done took his sideline to a whole other level.
But everything black must come to an end. I mean, everything good must come to an end, my fault. And when the 1-11 Colorado Buffaloes called Deion Sanders, or I think God called Greg and then Greg called Deion, it kind of gets confusing from here, and this is where it goes all down here.
It wouldn't be possible without my man Rick. When I tell you, he is the man, and God called him strategically to reach out to me.
So God called you and told you to go to Jackson State. And you went there and you did your thing. You did an amazing job for all intents and purposes. You was almost able to change the culture. Given a few more years, who knew what had happened? And now God is calling Greg, and Greg is calling you and telling you to go to a PWI. A school that just went 1-11? I don't know which God y'all talking to. I remember If I'm correctly, God says things like go to the mountains for 40 nights, 40 days, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. What God are y'all listening to? I don't know if y'all talking to God.
God did.
Just for some clarification here, does God talk to Deion Sanders or does God talk to Primetime? I'm not here to diminish the presence of God, who God speak to, or God's voice. But come on, Deion. I know this. God didn't have you fly all the way to Boulder, Colorado before the season was over, stand in front of a room full of white folks, and then start saying stuff like
in
this.
the hospital, dealing with these blood clots, getting 2 toes amputated and the sides of my legs cut out, that I would be in Colorado in this beautiful weather, this beautiful place, this beautiful city, which is virtually crime-free with over 36,000 students and a fan base that just won't stop. Don't you ever tell me nothing that God can't do, because this is flat out incredible. God, this is incredible. These young men are going to be on campus respectful and considerate and kind, opening doors for you and making sure everything is copacetic. And they're going to say yes, sir, and no, sir, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, or they're going to have to deal with me. That's just the way I father. That's the way I parent. That's the way I coach. I'm old school. Sometimes I may look like an old fool, but I'm just old school. This thing kicks off because we are coming. Boulder, Colorado, you have no idea what you blessed me with, the opportunity that you've given to me, and I feel like I owe you. So every day I'm going to work for you. I'm going to strain for you. I'm going to develop for you. I'm going to commit for you. I'm going to do the things that others wouldn't do. Baby, we're coming. So anybody ask you something about when is he coming back, you say, I don't know, but I know he's coming.
This was god awful. As a Southern boy, Deion know he's not supposed to do this, but I believe this is who Deion Sanders always been. Word to Dr. Alexander Hamilton. Never trust a Negro until you see how he speaks in front of white folks. Deion just flew to Boulder, Colorado and got his Bobby Smurder on. Oh my God, I ain't seen moves like this since Bobby performed for Epic Records. First off, Deion, these white flight communities ain't crime free. You better ask your boy Ray Allen. Y'all remember Ray was in Miami? He was living in that gated community next to the prosecutors, and the prosecutor's son and his friends decided to play peekaboo late night in Ray Allen's house while him and his wife and kids was asleep. These white flight communities just don't report the crime. And yes, Deion is taking his 2 sons and the #1 recruit from a year ago, Travis Hunter, up to Colorado with a few other recruits. They are depleting Jackson State. Listen, Deion, these black kids ain't going up to Colorado to service no white folks, to be talking about yes sir, no sir, opening doors. What is you running here, a plantation, sir? No. These kids ain't going to Colorado to service no white folks. Deion, you done lost your Jack Rabbit mind. These kids is going to Colorado to play football, and football is an extremely violent sport. These kids is about to put their body on the line, create massive amounts of wealth for white folks. Deion talking about I owe you. You don't owe these people. What do you owe these people? These people ain't did nothing for you. You went undefeated this year. Listen, these is the schools that passed up on Deion. Wisconsin, Nebraska, Georgia Tech in the South, Arizona State, Stanford, Cincinnati, and Auburn, a SEC team that's in the South. You got the worst job. And guess what? You know why they don't owe you? They haven't even came up with the money to pay you yet. They just gave you a IOU. This is a lot. I don't know what Deion think he's about to do here. Hey, I wish the man well. I wish Jackson State well. Hopefully the HBCUs can continue on their upward trajectory. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Did God tell Deion to leave a HBCU and go to a PWI? What's your feelings about this? Let me know. Hey family, please like, share, and subscribe as well. Thank you.